Jesus. The first reading is to be proclaimed by Sister Fatima Soriano.
A reading from the Book of Wisdom. The night of the Passover was known beforehand to our fathers, that with sure knowledge of the oaths in which they put their faith, they might have courage. Your people awaited the salvation of the just and the destruction of their foes. For when you punished our adversaries, in this you glorified us, whom you had summoned. For in secret, the holy children of the good were offering sacrifice and putting into effect with one accord the divine institution. The word of the Lord.
Thanks be to God. Responsorial Psalm. Blessed the people the Lord has chosen to be His own. Please repeat.
Blessed the people
The Lord has chosen to be His own. A responsorial psalm to be read by Sister M Soriano.
Exalt you just in the Lord. Praise from the upright is fitting. Blessed the nation whose God is the Lord, the people He has chosen for His own inheritance.
Bless the people the Lord has chosen to be His own.
See, the eyes of the Lord are upon those who fear Him, upon those who hope for His kindness, to deliver them from death and preserve them in spite of famine.
Bless the people the Lord has chosen to be His own.
Our soul waits for the Lord, who is our help and our shield. May your kindness, O Lord, be upon us, who have put our hope in you.
Bless the people the Lord has chosen to be His own. Second reading. Faith is the key to our relationship with God. The letter to the Hebrews tells us of the example of Abraham and other ancestors in faith who were approved because they believed and their trust in the Lord. The second reading to be proclaimed by Sister Maribel Apuyan Chua.
Brothers and sisters, faith is the realization of what is hoped for and evidence of things not seen. Because of it, the ancients were well attested. By faith, Abraham obeyed when he was called to go out to a place that he was to receive as an inheritance. He went out, not knowing where he was to go. By faith, he sojourned in the promised land as in a foreign country, dwelling in tents with Isaac and Jacob, heirs of the same promise. For he was looking forward to the city with foundations, whose architect and maker is God. By faith, he received power to generate, even though he was past the normal age, and Sarah herself was sterile. For he thought that the one who had made the promise was trustworthy. So it was that there came forth from one man, himself as good as dead, descendants as numerous as the stars in the sky, and as countless as the sands on the seashore. The word of the Lord.
Thanks be to God. Please all rise.
The Lord be with you.
And also with you.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke.
Glory to you, O Lord.
Jesus said to His disciples, "Let your belts be fastened around your waists, and your lamps be burning ready. Be like men awaiting their master's return from wedding, so that when he arrives and knocks, you will open for him without delay. It will go well with those servants whom the master finds wide awake on his return. I tell you, he will put on an apron, sit them at table, and proceed to wait on them. Should he happen to come at midnight or before sunrise and find them prepared, it will go well with them. You know as well as I that if the head of the house knew when the thief was coming, he would not let him break into his house. Be on guard, therefore. The Son of Man will come when you least expect him. This is the gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
So magandang good morning po sa inyong lahat, mga kapatid. Good. Sino sa inyo dito ang nagwo-walking? Yung exercise. Kung maganda po yung walking, ano po? Ayan, very good. Lalo na yung brisk walking. At, walking is good for the health, ha? We have an auntie. She started walking at the age of 65. Up to now, she's still walking. We don't know where she is. Baka nakita nyo, ha? Paki-contact lang nyo po kami. Well, mga kapatid, the reason I mentioned walking kasi people are saying brisk walking. Alam po nyo, I try to walk dyan po sa Christ the King. Napakaganda po, time to pray. Pero yung brisk walking, hindi ko masyado alam yun eh. Leisurely walking lang. Kasama ko sila Fr Jerry Donato, Father Pabs. Ayan po, nagwo-walking kami, Father Dante, Father John. Now, one time last week, nalaman ko kung anong brisk walking. You know what happened? Nako. May leisure walk. Bigla na lang sumakit ang tiyan. Call of nature. So yung walking ko na leisurely, nako, hindi ka naman tumatakbo. Hindi ka pwedeng tumakbo. But the fastest walk you can do, yung palang brisk walking. That morning, I knew what brisk walking and what praying is all about. So mga kapatid, anything can happen anytime. Ito po ang paalaala ng Panginoon sa ating lahat this morning. Handa ka na ba? Di ba yung mga Boy Scout, laging handa. And we do not know. You all know your birthdays? Yes? Pakita ng mga birthday ng katabi mo. Sama mo na yung year para magkabistuhan na. Alright. Alam natin lahat ang birthday natin. Does anybody here know his or her death day? Tanong, gusto mo bang malaman? Do you think it would be better kung alam na natin kung kailan tayo mamamatay? Ewan ko, tanong mong katabi mo, ikaw, kailan mo gusto mamatay? Mukhang mahirap eh. I don't know. Let's leave it at that. God has a plan. Why? We do not know the time nor the hour. One of the most, ito po it happened years ago. I can still remember this. Mayroon po kaming Christmas program sa mga matatanda, Golden Acres. During the program, isang lola, naka-duster, sayaw ng sayaw, ang saya-saya niya. Christmas eh. Biglang natumba. So nagkagulo, and they brought her to the room. Minutes later, they told me, Father, namatay na si Lola. Just like that. Sumasayaw, biglang namatay. I entered that room to bless her. My God, that was one of the most touching moments of my life. There she